Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into our third game of our first series of our 9th week of 2018's Heroes of the Storm
What?
Global Championship.
Are you done?
Korea.
Yes. Game 3. Whew, that was long, Wolf. Yeah, how do you remember all that? Like,
I don't know, it just kind of comes to me.
you're amazing.
Thanks.
Kappa Pride. Well, talking about Kappa Pride, I think. Well, how
Go
does
ahead
that
and
connect?
segue. Go ahead and
Yes,
segue,
I will try
GLuck.
to
Go
connect
ahead.
it. Wait, give me a few more seconds. I need to connect this.
So you would say it doesn't just come to you.
Nothing comes to my mind after that long break, and I think Miracle. GLuck. Well, what's happening to my brain right now?
I don't know. Too many Phoenix fans.
Too many copy pasta, and it's destroying the chat, destroying my Twitch chat experience, as a lot of people would call it. But right now, GLuck's having the hard time, and Saron, he was not really happy. Usually, if anyone runs by, say hi, he would say hi back, but not during that break time. As
Wait, he didn't say hi back to you?
I said I was. The other fan was saying hi to Saron because he's got the hosting from the Korean stream 2 days in a row. Maybe he's got a lot of fans now from the audience, but he did not say hi back. And I don't think he's too happy about the 10 deaths for 2 games.
Man, that's rough. He's been having a bad night tonight. I do want to point out that if you guys go to the Korean stream after the broadcast, then you check it out. They will always host a Korean pro gamer there, so you can watch one of the players. Also, if you go to hgc.playxp.com, you can watch first-person views of the players with our commentary or the Korean commentary, if that's what you're into, overlaid over it. So it's pretty cool. We do have the map chosen as Infernal Shrines to be the 3rd map picked for Miracle here. Let's see what they do with it. This is a great map for Phoenix. He will almost certainly be banned for the 9th time as we head into this map.
Also, a good map for Miracle, as they like to control the teamfight zone. And this is the one that they like to teamfight. Just tossing that macro play. Just making that snap endgame decision. I think that is all they needed. Of course, against the stronger teams, macro is a big part about the game, so they often fall behind in the macro fights. But against GLuck tonight, I think they have the perfect strategy.
It's been working out very well. Just being decisive. Banning the Phoenix. No question marks for Miracle tonight. No uncertainties, no unknowns. They've got a plan.
Sonya first pick. And it is not paired up with the Medivh, so this may be the first or the second time with Sonya first pick alone. Her alone, not paired up with anything else.
Very strong pick for the map.
Trying to power down H82 Sonya. Has been harassing the solo lane, the back DPS in game 2. The Vala was basically out of the fight with 1 poison spear. Taking that away, and Saron's getting that hand. Now, it will be interesting how strong he is on the solo lane matchup.
It's going to be a tough one to play against. Unless they grab the Malthael, it will most certainly be banned. So they have to make a tough call right now. Going to grab the Malfurion Garrosh. So they've picked Garrosh in first rotation every game. And this is an issue we've actually talked about for Judy and Miracle all season long, even part of the end of the year last year. But you know what? I have to appreciate that they're just going to play comfort picks here. Jaehyun, one of the best Malfurions 3 years ago, still a great Malfurion today. Putting Judy on the Garrosh. Play to your strengths. Know what your strengths are, even if they are sometimes weaknesses because of lack of dimension against this team. Don't experiment. Don't try anything weird. Don't leave Phoenix open. Just play your game that you prepared. And that's exactly what they're here to do tonight.
And they have the sustain, and maybe GLuck's thinking, we need the sustain also. So bringing that Tassadar as a double support, it's really kind of hard to pinpoint on the support. Maybe Stukov, maybe Uther, maybe a Rehgar even. So it's moving away from the support, maybe trying to going towards that tank pool is a better ban choice for Miracle right now.
Ban on the Tyrael. So it could be Maev. Maybe for the Genji ban, interestingly. I was thinking this would certainly either be the Maiev or the ban onto the Malthael. Very strong on this map.
I was possibly also thinking about a Hanzo. Pretty strong as they still need some range damage, and when you think about Maiev, Garrosh, I think they can have a similar team fighting except for Sonya and continue in game number 3. I think it really fit how Miracle wanted to play.
I love the idea of grabbing a Hanzo and a Junkrat here. You have one of the best Junkrat players in Korea on your squad. You can play the Hanzo, you can poke. It's very good against Tracer. And you have the ability to control the early game through pressure with Garrosh, Malfurion, having those root combos. You've also got the concussive mine. You have damage output with Hanzo. You have camp control. That's the kind of draft that suits this team so well.
And leave the last one for Maiev, maybe. And it's basically guaranteed because GLuck can't really fit Maiev. They have to have double support, and they have to have a tank. So, bringing everything, even taking false step to themselves, which could be a counter against them, Maiev, if they are going towards that. But after seeing that false step pick themselves, maybe not. Maybe they're thinking about something else here.
Yeah, interesting to pick the Falstad over the Junkrat. They're not going to have as much potential for early game picks now, but they do have a lot of disengage and potential. There's potential for some combos. So it's going to pull out the Johanna, which is great for controlling the shrines and fantastic at pulling the Punishers. Also great at blinding the Hanzo. Very much a specific map-specific pick of the Johanna. Stukov will be the support here, the main healer. This works really well as long as Tracer doesn't get caught by CC. They're going to be in a great shape with this draft. Like it a lot.
This time they will have the silence paired up with the pulse bomb to Sonya. Securing them the kills, I think, is what made them choose to call with the silence. With that pairs up, can be easy. And also with the Punisher, it lines up very great when you go into defense or an offensive position. So, Miracle, what are they going to finish this up with?
Blaze.
Thank you, Wolf.
Good against the Tracer. Added protection for Hanzo. Allows them to have some more extra shrine control. If Blaze goes into the auto attack build, there's a lot of ways to control the map with that, control the shrine, sorry, with that. They have a global. They need to utilize it. This is going to be a very exciting game. I think this is our closest draft yet. As both these drafts make a lot of sense, they both have a lot of strengths. Primarily the Johanna on the side of GLuck and the Falstad on the side of Miracle are going to be the big playmakers here.
Without the Tyrael, I thought it was going to be a little bit different, but GLuck already has a Tassadar, so they will have that shield onto Tracer. So not as powerful of a ban after thinking about it a little bit, and once you didn't really decide to go have Maiev anyhow. That ban was a little bit weird, of course. It was really hard to snipe the second ban against GLuck.
Yeah. So, here we go, game 3. GLuck is looking to have shrine control with this. That's why they prioritize the Sonya so hard. They have a winning matchup against Blaze. They have a lot of ways to control the map objective. They have good wave clear with the Tassadar pick. I like the early game better here for GLuck pre-10. Post-10, there's a lot that Miracle can do. Let's see how this all pans out as we head into the lanes. Sonya already up and top to grab those minions to push this in aggressively. She's going to be doing a lot of the counter split pushing against the Falstad.
They are possibly looking to punish. They were possibly looking to punish Falstad if Falstad was the only one coming down. Well, Miracle keeping the patience.
By the way, Mage Falstad.
It is not the patch. This is before the patch onto the queue.
Yeah. I actually don't know what the patch does for the Q. What is it?
I think I read something about if every hero you hit, you get mana back, 10
right.
mana back.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I haven't played that much on live, so. We don't have Deckard Cain yet. I don't want to play.
So I think they're really going for that burst damage.
Yeah.
When I guess it makes sense. They already have Hanzo. They have the sustain, and make sure if you're going against Tracer, you want to have that burst damage instead.
It's cool because it helps you control the defenders on the shrine as well. So once you get the level 7 boomerang, then you have a lot of extra damage there. Needs to be building stacks though. So Johanna, a good target to be working on that. Wow, it's been a long time, Mage Falstad. Wow. I remember when that was meta for like 6 months.
2016.
Yeah.
Back in 2016, yes, when Tempest always had that mage stacked on top with lockdown, just getting so much stack.
Remember,
one Q that did like 800 damage more.
Remember when, because that was so meta, the Falstads always fly at level 1 to the gate and then just Q over the wall to get stacks? Wow.
Used to be the way.
That was the way. It's no longer the way, but does go into the hammer gains at 4 just for some extra sustain. Very important to do that. It was always the way back with the mage build as well to do that. So, camp timing here, faster for GLuck in terms of the shaman camp. Unfortunately, the bottom push is going to be much more important because the bottom push is at the opposite side of the shrine. GLuck does not have a global. Sonya is not going to be able to clear this. They actually have to come and clear this as soon as possible. I actually appreciate how quickly they react to this. But it gives the positional advantage to Miracle right now. Not really using it, just trying to grab some extra stroke. Playing very greedy is Miracle rather than trying to go up there and take a positional advantage on the shrine. It's really cool that they are going for this mage build while also Malfurion is giving the innervates to Falstad, which is going to allow him to have more Qs more often.
And also kind of a weird build from Hanzo. Simple geometry and then going into Q. It's usually the other way, going to Redemption and then going into the Scatter Arrow for the minions. But not the worst case scenario, but Garrosh's silence gets the damage there. Let's get stunned, but we'll be out of the fighting zone with the healing coming out from Jaehyun's Malfurion right there.
Yeah. Judy coming back in for the catch here onto the Johanna.
One more stack onto the Q.
Yep. Would love to get a look at how many stacks he has already. Okay, silence coming in. Look at all that damage coming through here from Falstad. He gets 2 more stacks there on the Q. Gunza stacking up that damage. They take control of the shrine. Saron gonna get tossed in, out of position again. He goes down. Milky Way caught and rooted. The pulse here gonna hit Judy and no one else. That is not a lot of damage. Relic is gonna be able to eat the bio kill switch here. But finally, shrine control goes to Miracle. They will win this first Punisher.
This is scary for GLuck. Their team, what they're trying to do is to sustain into a longer fight. Maybe find the Lucky Pulse Bomb onto the perfect target Falstad, but even that was not a kill secured. They lost the sustain fight also, so basically they lost everything in that team fight. They have to find something else in order to win this game already. And this is usually what happened yesterday when they brought that double support. They lost the sustain against the Malfurion. Is it really to win Malfurion sustain? I think having more damage to bring that burst to break through the amount of healing usually works. That's why we even had Jaina in the beginning of phase number 1. And GLuck's going towards the other, like taking a U-turn, not going towards the other direction.
Yeah, they really are. And it's been so weird, these double support compositions. And this one offers you a lot of wave clear. This one gives you a little bit of extra CC, but yeah, it just feels like something's missing.
Blue Beetle, a really great Stukov player, is known as one of the best Stukov in Korea. Even in Hero League, he always plays a Stukov. If you go to his channel and if he's on, he will be on that Stukov most likely. And that silence was great, his positioning of the lurking arm. But there must be a kill followed up with that silence.
There has to be. And the damage isn't there. Pulse Bomb hit Judy. So he doesn't die. You don't have any consistent damage. I feel like if you're doing this, Parting Gift is not as good as Untouchable, to be totally frank. Like, you're struggling to get these pick-off kills anyways against a Malfurion. because the positioning is so good from Judy and the rest of Miracle. So maybe just having more sustained damage would be better. The reason why double support died, in my opinion, is because people figured out that focusing the tank is actually what you need to do to win most fights reliably. And if you have double DPS, you focus the tank faster, then you kill everyone else. The DPS that's carried by the double supports, the hyper carry, struggles to break the tank. So sometimes the hyper carry can get in a position to do proper damage, but it's only sometimes. But if you can kill the tank first, positioning doesn't matter. You're winning a 5v4 fight. So focusing the tank is another reason why Garrosh is so popular right now. Ooh, we're going to see the Gust potential engage, but nope. Iron's getting used.
Yeah, not on to Johanna, because that was going to be a waste. And after watching level 7 from Hanzo, I think that level 4 may have been a misclick. If you're going to go towards that scatter build anyway, why don't you just go all the way in and try to have better wave clear in that way? Of course, Q's not the worst one.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little bit weird. It's not the worst thing ever. Some extra damage, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's not like this map Hanzo is a Hanzo map where having the full scatter arrow build is amazing or anything like that. Doesn't even have siege giants because it's Diablo themed, and it has, you know, like you're not going to get much out of the W build.
Well, it does get the
shrine.
objective, but of course with the synergy, it's personal preference.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It may have been a misclick, but like, I don't think it's crazy by any means. Maybe if we get an interview with him, we'll get to find out. But
it's okay for the shrines also,
yeah.
So I guess it makes sense. But personally, I like it because after 16, you can just pierce through everything.
Yeah.
But they want to contest before that time comes. There's the taunt.
Tracer silenced. No blinks, no recall. Good combo here for Miracle. Decisiveness, the name of the game. Look at this. Gust comes through. Unfortunately, the target they hit is the Johanna, so she's actually going to be able to peel really easily from this. Cleanse coming through. And they're actually going to grab Milky Way. He doesn't have that Iron Skin anymore. He's getting burst down here. He goes down.
And Judy
and
always
just
survives.
Yeah. Gunza's just walking back. He's like, all right, this fight's over. I'm here to clear the shrine. Look at this push in the top lane. So decisive is Miracle tonight. So decisive.
Not just the shrine. They will get everything in their hands. It was about even. I would say before the shrine phase happened. And then right after that, GLuck just losing their control, even without the silence. And Falstad coming in with that Mighty Gust. They have all the tools for disengage. Also as an offensive tool in this case. With the Mage Falstad, the Q from Hanzo, just so much clear onto that shrine. I don't think Bunker was... They still have the Bunker from H82 as a safety tool, so without the Tyrael, they can have their solo lane pretty powerful against the Sonya matchup too.
Yeah. It's, you know, is it a winning matchup? No, but is it a really hard losing one? No. It's pretty decent for the Blaze player. Well, what did they get? They got a fort. 2 forts are damaged. They have a lot of experience in the bank, waiting for them to be to go in and take it. With any other picks, the Tracer lockdown here from the Silence and the CC chains coming through from Garrosh and or Blaze have been really good. It's reminiscent of what we saw yesterday with the variant taunts and silences on Towers of Doom. Sure, Miracle threw the game at the end, but it was really well executed, and their understanding of how to deal with Tracer via CC right now is very strong, especially with the Stukov pick. In this case, the Malfurion doing something very similar with the Silence. Goods are just starting to split push a little bit more. It doesn't matter as much with this build. Oh, here we go. Is it again? Okay, look at that arrow. The toss. CC chain. Sorry, Tracer. I heard you've got these mobility buttons that you can press to get away from danger. It would be a shame if you couldn't use any of them.
Shielding came in from Tassadar. We saw it for a split second, but much more damage in terms of Miracle. And without Tracer, basically GLuck has no way of picking a kill.
That was super cool.
So double support losing its meaning more and more as time goes on. Only 11 minutes, but it feels like this game is already over. And just going towards Miracle right now, having all the CC, Tracer is never safe.
Yeah. at all that damage to Milky Way. It's going to be okay at the end of the day, but top fort goes down during all of this. That kill meant that Falstad didn't have to worry about any split push, or sorry, any ganking. Somebody just cannot do any sort of ganking. He's not worried about that. So Johanna is the tank, so he's like, okay, well, Tracer's dead. I should be fine no matter what. And he goes up, pushes the whole fort down. I was mentioning before Tracer died that it doesn't matter that much if Falstad gets tons of soak or pushing on this map because he's done the Q build instead of the marksman's. Because marksman means that if he's not split pushing, not only is his team not getting the global value, but he's not getting auto attack damage value. This time he doesn't have to. He's been mostly staying with his team because they already are ahead in soak. Why play risky when you're this far ahead and you don't need that that damage? It's really cool to see how Miracle's playing tonight. I really expected this to be a stomp the other way, just because Miracle's been underperforming, and they didn't not seem to be improving any aspects of play. Well, watching their play today compared to yesterday, it's like night and day. It really is.
So much better, as it seems like they are really going towards focus on one target, use everything to basically make the team fight in your favor. That's what they did in TOD yesterday. Of course, ended up losing because of that critical mistake at the end, but they are going towards that one single direction. CC after CC. Tracer seems to be the best target right now with the low HP.
Yeah. I mean, the only other target they could get would be Stukov, but Tracer just presents herself for these opportunities. Look at that. Tracer just presents herself saying, take this opportunity. Ooh, look at this combo! Blessed Shield messes it up a little bit here. Tracer misses the pulls. Saron very, very low. He's the first to die yet again in this fight. Milky Way caught by the stun. Doesn't have Iron Skin. He's jumped on here. He is just going to get blown up. Does get the Iron Skin here. It does come off cooldown. The shove actually helps keep him alive a little bit longer, but he does go down.
Oh man, the slow is still onto the chase. There's the stun connecting onto Blue Beetle. He may not be safe.
I don't know. Drops the heal down, is going to help him survive through this. Falstad split pushing bottom. This push top is going to eventually get rid of this keep wall. Decisive play. Like, it's almost like they had jitters before. Oh my god, Blue Beetle is so low. What outclassing here. I did not expect this tonight. I did not expect this. I don't think anybody expected this.
Suddenly they are playing like a different, individually different man, different teams. Gunza, if it was the old Falstad from yesterday or last week, I'm pretty sure he was maybe not died from Tracer, but at least got hit by the pulse bomb. But he came in, got the perfect gust. Of course, not the best gust in the world, but he went over the wall, dodged that pulse bomb. He was alive, providing some Q damage. He looks different.
Yeah.
Not just himself, the entire team right now.
Absolutely. Arcane Punisher now. We're looking at a 6-0 scoreline, 6 forts to 3. This could be, we could be staring down the barrel of a perfect game by Miracle. Who would have thought tonight would be their night?
And
Strong
I think
drafting.
If Miracle 3-0s, they are not going to the Crucible.
Yeah,
possibly.
Very likely it's going to help them get out. Nothing will be guaranteed, but
There's
very
a
likely.
Storm to cancel the silence.
Okay, Relic not actually caught this time. He's taking a lot of damage from this Punisher, but they can't pick him off. The problem is this keep's going to go down, then they're going to have more opportunities to go deeper in. Look at all the damage coming out from this Arcane Punisher. They're just going to retreat off this keep. Look at this. Decisive gust. Not a, I'm not sure, should we keep fighting? Should we go for the core? Not a moment of hesitation. Just, look, this is too risky. Gusting now. Getting out of here.
I think they could have just walked out. Like, they had 3-level scaling. They're about to hit 20. No reason to go for the core and throw the game. As they are controlling everything.
But I agree with you 100%, but I love that tonight Miracle is doing what they have never done before. Just to be saying, like, you know what, we're going to be even more safe than we need to be. Like, we're going to leave right now. It's either we go core or we leave. We're leaving, so we're gusting just so that nothing can go wrong. They can't catch us on the retreat with a Blessed Shield and then catch up. We're going to get 20 first. We've got the keep advantage. They're suffocating GLuck out of this game and grinding them out of the game with safe, slow play.
And they hit that level 20. GLuck's so far away. They're a keep down in a perfect game almost. They have all the forts left for Miracle. They're dominating this one. They have the Falstad, of course, split pushing again
Yep, just prepping those catapult waves so that the core gets more pressure.
And the weakness of the double support is that they go rotate together. They're weak against the macro, having Falstad against them, and GLuck really trapping themselves with the double support in this game.
The burst damage that Falstad brings through with all the CCs as well versus the low health pool of the Tracer. I love everything about what they've done here. 20's up. Falstad holding Epic Mount because he knows that it might actually be...
Oh, catching the Saron. There's no escape.
Saron gonna die
here.
again. Let's just have a moment of silence for Saron.
Oh, this is painful. Painful. Oh, the spear misses also.
Oh my god.
He's stuck there. Oh no, poor the Saron.
They're actually,
go back to that pit.
They're gonna like... Oh my god.
Oh man, he chooses his own death at least.
Relic would be proud.
Relic would be proud, yes.
He's gonna get it!
He's about to get it! Oh yes, one more!
No,
one
no,
more
no,
spear!
no.
Oh,
he gets out! Oh.
The mysterious journey is over.
Dies to forces of the Nexus. That's another death for Saron tonight. That actually cost Miracle a lot of time, to be honest. GLuck is pushing top during this, but like him being greedy, trying to soak that far, might have just cost them the game. Shrine's up, he's dead. He's the best Shriner for them. He's the best person to allow Tracer to have positional advantages to get pulses into the backline. He's just not there.
Yeah, the later you die, higher timer on
Yep.
onto your kill. And GLuck may have got some experience soaked within that time, but this Shrine loss basically guarantees the keep and the game, as the top keep's already gone. Miracle does have the false stats, so GLuck can look for possibly a level 20 miraculous fight.
Yeah.
Unless even though that happens, they still have to go through all the forts.
Gunza's basically looking for maybe Wind Tunnel to finish the game or the Epic Mount to like flank, surprise somebody. So you always want to hold this. There are also sometimes where you want to lock in the damage as well, the ranged attacks to finish the core. There's like so many different level 20 viabilities for Falstad, similar to ETC. So just wants to hold it to make sure that when this fight happens, if they get just one kill and the Immortal is on the Punisher is on the core, he could just gust them, wind tunnel them in, and then win the game. Like, there's a lot of ways you can use that. So terrifying now that GLuck is looking at this push. Top 2 catapults will be 3 by the time this hits mid, pushing double camps as well. Here's the commitment onto Johanna, but look at Saron. He comes in, he's gusted away immediately. Good bunker here, but Tracer is caught and silenced and now dead. This could be the winning moment here. Shove comes through. Saron doing a lot of damage, trying to get his revenge on the Gunza. He will have it. That has a dead Falstad. Punisher still working on the keep. Core under attack here as well. They need to make this a heroic defense. There's another shove. If they can keep this keep alive, it would be fantastic for them. It's going to be close. Looks like they actually can save it.
And the mid wave is there, but they have on Hanzo, but still, without the Tracer, they have a lot of siege damage with Sonya, with the Storm. They have lots of wave clear also, so they will actually defend this. Making some room to come back into the game. That was a dangerous move by the Saron. Points and Spear onto Hanzo. The perfect target, so Hanzo had to be away from the best positioning. And he was alone. The focus fire was actually well done by GLuck, and Gust use was a little bit early also.
Yeah.
Not providing an exit for everyone.
It was a panic gust, I think.
Is this going to be
the comeback?
One Miracle game again after 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no! Well, I'm just happy for Saron. He got his revenge there. Or his revenge kill. Overlord's like, please, Twilight Archon forever! Ooh, this is greedy what Miracle's trying to do.
I think they're trying to bait with Overlord's Twilight Archon.
Okay. Tracer's coming up. Let's see if this is the fight where Tracer gets the massive value. Falstad's looking to sneak bottom. Miracle's just out-rotating GLuck right now.
It will take at least 2 entire team wipes to go, because there's still Fort. The top lane's like still pretty strong. It's going down now, but Falstad is pushing bottom lane, so that's another trade that Miracle would like to have.
Falstad actually locked in his ranged attack, Nexus Frenzy, at 20. He locked that in, despite the fact that he needs now to be a global and have his epic mount. I think he locked it in because Sonya was on top of him and he was like, maybe if I have more damage I can heal through this and not die, but he totally died. He already used flight, so he needs to leave. He did get another wave onto the keeps, and minions scaling at this level of the game, like we're at 22 minutes in, it's actually doing quite a bit of damage to this keep. Gunza, ooh, this is asking for death.
The arrow comes and the stun locks in with the damage on the Tracer. That's going to be a kill secured.
This might actually just be game. Look at that. Good gust there into the pit. Cleanse comes out. Indestructible going to keep Milky Way alive for just another second here. Might die the spears coming from the minions. Overlord's got that Twilight Archon still, but he's going to get blown up here. If he gets caught. Does actually escape. They can easily get the bot keep from this. They should be able to have all 3 keeps down before they even go back to the shrine.
Sniper living up to his name. A snipe onto that camp zone. Perfectly onto Tracer. I mean, I think they can push in a little bit. If they had something like a wind tunnel, maybe go for the core. Because without the Tracer for 20 seconds, I think that could have been a possibility. But they're taking the long way, going towards that shrine, making sure they have all the keeps down, and then have someone to tank the damage from the Nexus.
Yep. So, GLuck is going to make that rotation over. Overlord just barely keeps his Twilight Archon. He should have another one soon. So, I don't think this is absolutely necessary. Gunza.
Flight?
Going for the slow flight in. Gets
spotted
here, but he still gets the gust.
Oh, there's the taunt. The Wombo combo is there already, but not enough damage. Blue Beetle is the first one to go, but that support down. But trade for Falstad.
Yeah, I don't know if this was worth it. Sniper surviving, though. They can't get back into the bunker. It's going to explode. Tossing in Milky Way here.
Tracer is coming. I think that Pulse Bomb is almost available.
Core is under attack as well. So this is coming down to the wire here. Someone will have to deal with that. Bot push is coming over too. GLuck being indecisive. They can't decide if they want to try to win this or try to defend the core. Tracer's coming over. Milky Way is very low. He should not have Indestructible. I don't think he actually has that right now. Okay, the commitment here onto Saron by Miracle. He's caught. HA2 tossed in here. Should have a bunker actually fairly soon. Misses the charge.
Taking a long time. Tracer does come, but Joanna blows up Overlord. Also gets sniped by the Sonic Arrow.
Sonic Arrow sniped. And there we go.
Man, and it seems like this is game over. Without the Punisher, I think they can go straight to the core.
Relic trying to steal the last few defenders, but they're not even going to get the Punisher. Scatter Arrow to interrupt. Misses this one.
Oh man, another adventure. Yeah,
short-lived.
A recall. It's a pulse bomb, but
doesn't matter. Sniper great on the Hanzo tonight. That's game over. Catapult's coming through. They don't even finish it with the Punisher. Just want to finish it faster here. That is going to be the series going 3-0 to Miracle. No one could have predicted this. Very improved play tonight. Very decisive. I know I said 1,000 times, but I just wanted to emphasize this is not how Miracle plays. This is not normal. This does not happen. And Miracle's able to take this 3-0 win they so desperately needed.
They had the theme. They had the theme of focus on one target. Let's bring down everything just like yesterday. It worked against Tempest somewhat. Should work the same against GLuck. GLuck using the same thing once they were lost of what to do after game 2. They brought that double support back against the Malfurion. And they were in deep trouble once they started losing the sustained fights.
They were aggressive when they needed to be. They were defensive when they needed to be. That gust in the top lane just to be safe. I love seeing stuff like that from this team that just never really plays that way. And look at Gunza. Only 150k siege damage. Not really split pushing as much as a normal Falstad would. Only prepping waves when necessary, but mostly roaming with the team as 5. And once again, Saron leading the deaths here, 4 deaths. Relic having 5 this time with all the combos there, but if you compare HA2's 0 deaths to the 4 of Saron, even though he's the aggressive Sonya, he's the one who's supposed to be getting the split pushed on when possible, he just was being a little bit too too forward today. And I think he was definitely the weak link that GLuck is going to be frustrated with. And we already saw how frustrated he was during the commercial break, as you were saying. Not even able to respond to fan interaction. And he's not going to be a happy tonight. But criticism is deserved with his solo lane play. He went back to our Part 1 Saron is what we felt like tonight.
And Hanzo, 96k damage, of course, 25 minutes. Not the highest numbers, but the most damage out of the 10 players here. And what do you do? I think they should have changed. Where does the wombo combo start? How does it start? Of course, in the later team fights with the Gust. But before that, I think Taunt, banning Garrosh could have been the best card for GLuck, but they never used it in this series.
Didn't end up happening. They banned Medivh 3 times. They went 0-3. And Phoenix, still 9 bans, first bans. No playtime.
Only in Korea. I wonder if that's going to continue after tonight. I think a lot more difference in the prioritization, what they like to focus. I think Korea is usually the region that likes to watch the other region and then adapt slowly into the later weekend.
What's really interesting because in most regions, or sorry, most esports in the world, people watch Korea first and then try to adapt it. But yeah, it usually has been the case ever since Midseason Brawl last year. Korea's like, you know what? Let's just do what we're good at and then let them figure it out, and then we'll copy it.
and then make it better.
And then make it mechanically stronger. But like they're smart over there in Europe, you know.
They're very creative with Anubarak and all that. They're using it a few times and pretty good win rate. Maybe we should use it.
Yeah.
But so far, Phoenix, 43% win rate. I don't think Korea's going to adapt.
High playtime usually means low win rates for new heroes because we're talking about pro play, right? So it's usually like just below 50%. This is a little bit low though, as you say, and I want to see what Phoenix drafts look like in Korea, so I personally want to see him. But at the same time, because I know the potential of Phoenix, I've seen it. I've played him.
Yeah, basically 14 times, and out of 14 times, 11 times after Phoenix pick, there was always a Hanzo pick to kind of counter that range damage.
And also because Hanzo's really strong.
And also because Hanzo's, I think, better still to this day until we have the patch. I think after the patch, maybe Hanzo will go down in tier a little bit.
Yeah.
And Phoenix rising up because of that slightly, but still Hanzo, one of the best heroes right now.
I think that any team that allows Phoenix through today will lose like that game. Like I think Phoenix at his current untuned, overpowered, whatever you want to call it, his initial state, like he's so strong.
On this patch, he was nerfed.
Yeah.
His release patch, he was nerfed.
Yeah. He's still very strong.
What happened to Maiev also, but still.
There's also the factor of playing against something that you have not practiced against. So
yes, that's true.
Like if you haven't scrimming, you know, because it's the same patch as last week, you've been scrimming on this patch, and you haven't been scrimming against Phoenix, and you don't know what it's gonna look like in game, and you've just decided, you know what, like let's play him, let's practice him after the nerfs. You can just keep banning him no matter what, and you still can draft well because we only have 1 ban right now. So if we had like 3 bans and you just kept banning him, like we won't practice him, then you're gonna run into trouble. But we got 2 bans, we got 1 ban and then 1 in the middle. So yeah.
Yeah, Miracle, very different Miracle compared to last night. I think they really have a theme as long as they can keep their Garrosh and some wombo combo. And Hanzo seems to be working a lot better for Sniper, and also Gunja's False that overall a lot better in terms of split pushing and the Gust to engage. Really impressed as how individually they were upgraded to play today against GLuck. They still have a match against Ballistics left, I think. But with a 3-0 secured, I think they are out of that Crucible spot.
Yeah, I think that, well, let's wait and look at the results afterwards, but I think that you're right because it's a 3-0. They jump back up past Feliz with this win, I'm pretty sure.
Unless Feliz has a crazy upset against Ballistics in match 2, but yeah. I am, of course, thinking ahead, but not likely going to happen. So, and we have match 2 left. And Ballistics, of course, they have some crazy match tomorrow against KSP Black.
That's the sick one.
That's going to be the sick one.
It's going to be good. Do watch it. Do not miss it.
If you miss it, watch the VOD.
Yeah. If you miss the VOD, like, what? Go watch it. Wait,
if you miss the VOD, go watch it live.
Yeah.
Come back live.
We'll see you guys on Sunday for that one. We're not done tonight yet, though. We do have an interview coming up in just a moment with our winning team. For me, I really want to hear from Sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, going for that explosion build, better for the map, arguably for the shrine, but maybe we'll hear a little bit about that. It's not going full scatter arrow, and just he played really good on the Hanzo. He had that snipe kill with the level 20 Sonic arrow.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying it because we do see that build from other regions, but never from Korean players. So
almost never, yeah.
That's why I was arguing for a second.
Was pretty ridiculous, actually, by GLuck. It's kind of silly. They just kind of popped in, blew their cooldowns immediately, and then lost the longer fight.
And easy team fight for Hanzo, basically having no threats of doing all the damage.
Yep, all 3 games they got Hanzo, and they won all 3 games. Sniper just having a great night tonight on the hero. Here's BOE. We saw the attempted relic here, but it did not work. And look at this. Stuns connecting, smashed him there, slow motion. Saw a lot of really good stun play and really good Garrosh play out of Judy, and obviously it's his favorite tank, and it's a problem for him when he's banned, but in this meta where you have to ban the Phoenix and you can pick the Garrosh early, it's so good. Slow motion.
Bounced off and off and off. That was the highlight. And here comes number 3, another slow motion of